Every parent's worst nightmare is watching their child suffer, refusing to eat, growing weak, and struggling to survive. Ly Tu Diem and CEO Toan faced this terrifying reality when their beloved baby suddenly became ill from nutritional deficiency. Through urgent hospital care, determination, and learning to nurture their child better, they fought to bring their baby back to health. Join us as we follow their emotional journey of love, hope, and resilience in parenting. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt stories and inspiring family moments. Now, let's dive into their story. Ly Tu Diem and CEO Toan had always dreamed of starting a family together, and when their little baby was born, their hearts were filled with an overwhelming sense of joy and hope for the future. The early days of parenthood were both beautiful and challenging, but nothing prepared them for the sudden worry that crept into their lives when their beloved child began refusing to nurse. At first, it was subtle. The baby seemed a little fussier during feeding times, turning away from the bottle or breast with an unusual stubbornness. Ly Tu Diem tried everything she could think of to encourage her baby to feed, gentle rocking, singing lullabies, even changing the feeding position, but nothing seemed to work. Every feeding session became a stressful ordeal, filled with tears, frustration, and a gnawing fear that something was wrong. Toan, usually calm and composed in the face of business challenges, found himself at a loss when it came to comforting his wife and baby. He watched helplessly as Ly Tu Diem's face clouded with worry, the radiant glow of new motherhood dimmed by sleepless nights and the constant anxiety over their child's well-being. They noticed their baby becoming increasingly lethargic and weak, and it was clear that the little one was not getting the nourishment needed to thrive. The small baby who once eagerly latched on to feed was now withdrawing, making faint whimpering sounds instead of crying loudly. It was a silent alarm that echoed in their hearts. Something was seriously wrong. Despite their best efforts to soothe and feed the baby, the refusal to feed persisted. Ly Tu Diem spent hours holding her child, whispering words of love and encouragement, desperate to coax a few drops of milk into the baby's mouth. Toan tried to research every possible cause, looking up articles, talking to friends with children, and consulting online parenting forums in the hope of finding a solution. Yet, nothing could replace the advice and care of medical professionals. They realized that the situation was beyond their experience and that their child needed expert attention immediately. The emotional toll on the young parents was immense. Nights were spent pacing the room with the baby in their arms, battling feelings of helplessness and guilt. They questioned if they had done something wrong, if they had missed signs earlier, or if they had somehow failed in their role as parents. The sleeplessness and worry chipped away at their energy and optimism. But throughout it all, Ly Tu Diem and Toan remained united in their love for their child, drawing strength from one another in their shared hope that their baby would soon recover. One morning, after another restless night of trying to feed their child, Ly Tu Diem and Toan decided that it was time to seek professional medical help without delay. They prepared to take their baby to the hospital, feeling a mix of fear and determination. The drive to the hospital was filled with tense silence, broken only by Ly Tu Diem softly humming a lullaby to calm both herself and her child. Arriving at the hospital, they immediately explained the situation to the medical staff, who quickly admitted their baby for examination and observation. As they waited anxiously in the sterile hospital room, the couple's minds raced with questions and concerns. What was causing their baby to reject food? Was there an underlying illness or allergy? How long would recovery take? The uncertainty was overwhelming. Yet, amidst the fear and waiting, they held on to hope that their child's suffering was temporary and that with proper care, their baby would soon regain strength and health. Ly Tu Diem gently stroked her child's forehead, whispering promises of protection and love. Toan held her hand tightly, offering silent reassurance. They knew that no matter how difficult this period was, their unwavering love and commitment to their child would see them through. They vowed to face whatever challenges lay ahead together, determined to give their baby the best chance at a healthy and happy life. After their arrival at the hospital, Ly Tu Diem and CEO Toan felt a mixture of relief and apprehension. They knew that finally seeking medical help was the right step, but the uncertainty about their baby's condition weighed heavily on their minds. The medical staff welcomed them warmly and swiftly began a thorough examination of their child. The pediatrician carefully checked the baby's vital signs, observed feeding attempts, and asked the parents detailed questions about the baby's behavior and recent symptoms. Ly Tu Diem and Toan did their best to provide clear answers, though their worry made it hard to keep calm. The doctor explained that the baby was suffering from nutritional deficiencies due to the lack of adequate feeding over several days. This situation, if left untreated, could lead to more severe complications, but with timely intervention, the baby had a strong chance of full recovery. Understanding the urgency, the medical team decided to provide intravenous nutrient therapy to support the baby's recovery. Ly Tu Diem and Toan watched anxiously as the nurses carefully inserted a small four-line into their baby's tiny hand, feeling both relief that treatment had begun and sadness at seeing their child hooked up to medical equipment. During the next few days in the hospital, Ly Tu Diem and Toan remained by their baby's side, closely monitoring every small sign of improvement. They witnessed the baby gradually regaining strength and slowly beginning to respond more actively to stimuli. The doctors and nurses were attentive and kind, offering guidance on how to encourage feeding and how to recognize signs of distress or discomfort. The hospital stay, though emotionally exhausting, gave them hope and valuable knowledge about caring for a newborn in delicate health. Realizing that their lack of experience might have contributed to the feeding difficulties, Ly Tu Diem felt determined to educate herself further. Once their baby was stable and discharged from the hospital, she sought out reputable classes and workshops focused on infant care and nutrition. These courses covered everything from breastfeeding techniques to recognizing feeding cues and managing common issues like colic or reflux. Ly Tu Diem attended these sessions with great enthusiasm, eager to learn as much as possible to ensure her child's well-being and happiness. Toan was equally supportive, juggling the demands of his busy career while making time to help at home and encourage Ly Tu Diem's new efforts. They made a pact to share responsibilities and to communicate openly about their challenges and successes in parenting. Together, they researched feeding schedules, consulted specialists, and experimented gently with different methods to find what worked best for their baby. Their teamwork strengthened their relationship and deepened their bond as a family. One particular lesson that resonated with Ly Tu Diem was the importance of patience and emotional connection during feeding times. She learned that babies often need more than just physical nourishment. They crave comfort, warmth, and a sense of security from their parents. Armed with this insight, she approached feeding sessions with renewed calmness and empathy, which gradually helped their baby to relax and feed more willingly. Toan often joined these moments, singing softly or holding their child close, turning feeding into a loving ritual that brought the family closer. Through this journey, Ly Tu Diem and Toan discovered that caring for a newborn was a profound learning experience filled with both challenges and rewards. The hospital experience had been a wake-up call, highlighting the importance of expert advice and proactive care. But it also inspired them to grow as parents, embracing every opportunity to better understand their child's needs. Each day brought small victories, a longer feeding, a peaceful nap, a bright smile that fueled their hope and determination. Though the road was sometimes tiring and the nights sleepless, the couple found joy in their shared mission to nurture their baby. They celebrated every milestone with gratitude, knowing how precious and fragile life could be. Their hearts overflowed with love and a deep sense of responsibility, motivating them to face whatever obstacles might arise. Through the challenges of their baby's early illness and recovery, Ly Tu Diem and CEO Toan emerged stronger, more united, and more committed than ever to their growing family. Despite the long days and sleepless nights, Ly Tu Diem and CEO Toan found themselves embracing parenthood with hearts full of happiness and gratitude. The journey of caring for their little one, especially through the recent health scare, had deepened their appreciation for the precious gift that their child represented. Every challenge they faced, every cry in the middle of the night, every moment of worry over feeding, every visit to the hospital was a reminder of how important and irreplaceable their baby was. They understood that this tiny life was a miracle and a blessing, entrusted to their care by a higher power, and that knowledge gave them strength and courage to persevere. The process of nurturing their child was not easy. It demanded patience, resilience, and a willingness to learn and adapt. Ly Tu Diem and Toan had discovered that love was the foundation of all successful parenting, love that showed up in the smallest acts, from preparing a bottle with careful attention to hygiene, to softly humming a lullaby when their baby was restless. They both took turns comforting the baby during difficult moments, sharing the exhausting yet rewarding responsibility of parenthood. This shared experience brought them closer as a couple, reinforcing their bond and mutual respect. Ly Tu Diem's dedication to learning more about infant care continued to pay off. The skills she acquired in her parenting classes helped her recognize subtle cues from the baby when the baby was hungry, tired, or needed comfort, allowing her to respond more effectively and with greater confidence. She found joy in discovering the unique personality and preferences of their child, celebrating every smile and coo as milestones of growth and happiness. Toan admired her strength and patience, and he often reminded her that they were doing a wonderful job despite the inevitable difficulties. Together, they created a nurturing environment filled with warmth and security. Their home became a sanctuary where their child could grow and thrive. They carefully arranged the nursery with soft colors, gentle lighting, and cozy blankets, transforming it into a haven of comfort. Family and friends offered support and encouragement, but it was the love between Ly Tu Diem, Toan, and their baby that formed the heart of their home. They took turns sharing nighttime duties, ensuring that neither of them became overwhelmed, and made time for quiet moments just to be together as a family. The experience also deepened their gratitude toward life itself. Every small improvement in their baby's health was a cause for celebration, every peaceful night a treasured gift. They recognized that parenthood was not just about meeting basic needs, but about building a foundation for a joyful, secure future. The hardships they endured had taught them humility and compassion, reminding them to cherish every moment, no matter how challenging. They also felt a profound sense of connection to something greater than themselves, a sense that their child was a divine blessing, a gift from God that brought meaning and purpose to their lives. This realization helped Ly Tu Diem and Toan face the many ups and downs of parenting with renewed optimism. They understood that though the road ahead would have its share of obstacles, they were not alone. Together, they had the strength to meet whatever challenges arose, fueled by the deep love they shared for each other and their child. Their commitment to one another and to their family became a source of joy and fulfillment, reminding them daily why they had embarked on this journey. In moments of quiet reflection, Ly Tu Diem and Toan often marveled at how much they had grown as individuals and as a couple through this experience. The struggles had tested their patience and endurance, but they had emerged more resilient and connected than ever. They found comfort in knowing that their love, care, and dedication were shaping a future full of hope for their child. Despite the exhaustion and occasional frustrations, they embraced every moment with gratitude, knowing that this chapter of their lives, full of challenges and triumphs, was the most precious gift they could have ever received. Ultimately, the love that bound Ly Tu Diem, CEO Toan, and their child transcended all difficulties. It was a love that taught them the true meaning of family, sacrifice, and joy. No matter what lay ahead, they were ready to face it together, united by the unbreakable bond forged in those tender early days of parenthood. The little life they nurtured was not just their responsibility, but their greatest blessing, a shining light in their lives, inspiring them to be the best versions of themselves for their child and for each other.